Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy November. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello. Let me see who is in the chat here. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully my camera and audio are working. Yep, I got my coffee here, my little cocoa. Let's see. Hello, Sherry, Southern California. Love it. We got Boston. We got Iowa. We got Quebec. Hi, Sarah. Tonisket. Have I heard of that place before? It sounds familiar. Is that a big place in Washington? Virginia, hello, hello. We got Toronto. We got Ohio. We got Vegas. Love it, love it. Yes, Sherry, let's do this. Absolutely. We got Tennessee in the house. We got Kingston. We got Georgia. Beautiful, loud and clear. Thank you so much. We got California. We got North Carolina. I love it. I hope you all had a really fun Halloween. If you partake in Halloween festivities, we had a blast last week going through all the spooky songs that we can learn. And today we're going to have a lot of fun. And I have two announcements that I will get to announce to you. And one of them directly deals with what we're going to look at tonight. So I'm very excited for that. Hello, Ohio. Hello, hello. Thank you all so much. And thank you all so much for just, I know I say this all the time and it sounds like I don't even mean it at this point, but I really do thank you all so much for being part of this piano community we're building. It's been incredible. I can't tell you how many emails and messages I get every day from YouTube viewers just not wanting anything, just wanting to tell me how much they're loving the channel and my content and how much they appreciate it. It's so warm. I love it. I love it. I love getting to work with all of you all, whether it's my virtual piano lessons, which a lot of you I give virtual lessons to now, which is wonderful, or the course, which was a beautiful, successful launch a few weeks ago. So many of you have sent me emails saying how much you're loving the course and how much value you're getting out of it, which is so wonderful to hear because that course was a lot of labor of love to build. And I also just love doing the YouTube videos too, right? Totally free. Plus the fun members only videos. So all of the ways I interact with you all, it's so heartwarming and I really do treasure and value you all. You all, I wouldn't have this without you. So thank you so much. And we are almost at 17,000 subscribers. That's crazy. That is so crazy how fast we've been able to build just in the last couple of months. So I think I'm only a few away from 17,000. So I think by the time I wake up in the morning, we might be at 17,000, which would be amazing. Let's see. Hi, Randall in Georgia. Looking at the comments here again. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Yes, you all have my heart. I truly feel like we're friends. I get to hang out with my friends every week. I love the lives. It's always fun to figure out what am I going to do because it's one of the, my YouTube videos that I post. I kind of have to plan in advance because I have to batch record them in advance. But the lives, I enjoy kind of waiting till the last minute to figure out because a lot of it, I base it on what comments am I getting? What feedback am I getting? What questions you all have? When you all throw out topics to me that you'd like to see me cover in a video or a live. I purposely wait kind of until the weekend before the live to choose what my topic is. That's why I don't email you all, those of you that are on my email subscriber list, what the live is going to be, like what the theme of it's going to be until like Saturday. Because I love that. So for example, this live, this rhythm topic, I chose it because several comments over the last week or two that I've gotten in videos or questions through email or people asking for help in the one-on-one virtual lessons I give. It's been, hey, could you do a video or a live session on rhythm, on different piano rhythms that I can practice and have fun trying? I was like, yep, absolutely. So this came from you all. So the first fun big announcement is, so you all know that I have my big PDF, right? My ultimate intro guide to piano that I discuss in every video, the totally free PDF, and I'm constantly updating it. So now it's up to, so far, 30 pages. I just updated it today. I've been working on it for this last week, and it deals directly with what I'm going to show you. So I'm actually going to show it to you tonight during this live because it has now a section on rhythm. It didn't have a section on rhythm, so now it's going to have a whole section on piano rhythm patterns to try. And as I'm going to show you tonight what it looks like, it shows you how to do it at a beginner level, intermediate level, and an advanced level. So now you're going to have rhythm for the PDF. So If you are not already on my email subscriber list, which you'll probably know if you're not, because if you are, you get emails from me every day. If you're not on my email subscriber list already, in the video description below, there's a link that says download my free Ultimate Intro Piano Guide. That will take you to the correct one. So if you're not already on my email subscriber list, you can go ahead and click on that. Because when you download that, that also puts you on my email subscriber list. If you already are on my email subscriber list, just hold off. And then as soon as this live is done, I'm going to send a mass email to all of you with the link to download the latest version. So now this latest version has 35 pages. So I added 5 pages of rhythm for you. So I love building it. It's totally free. At this point, it's basically a whole book. And I made it just for you, my YouTube audience. So it's so much fun to build it and try to give you all as much free stuff as possible to help supplement. And you can use it in all of the different YouTube videos, or even in the one-on-one virtual lessons I give. We bring it up and use it during that. It's just a really great tool to have. So if you're not on my email subscriber list, you can go ahead and click the link in the video description below to be linked to the correct one. I just fixed it right before I started the live. If you are on my email subscriber list, just hold off and you'll get it tonight, like 5 minutes after the live is done. So really excited to hear your feedback. And like I said, I'm going to show you, that's what our live session is going to be. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and I'm going to walk through it as if I'm you in different tips and tricks. So not only are you all of the first ones to find out that I have a new huge update for the PDF, but you also get an inside look of here's how to do it. So really, really excited about it. All right, you all are so sweet with your comments. Yes, cool beans. Hello, Minnesota. Hello, another Vegas. Love it, love it. Indianapolis. Oh, thank you all. Oh, thank you, Jim. That's so sweet. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, Jim says you are an awesome piano player and teacher. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that so much. Let's see. Kamara says, I'm learning and enjoying arpeggio so much. Thank you for sharing your talent with the world. God bless you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Charmaine, thank you so much. Absolutely. I'm happy. I'm really excited to share it with you all. Chuck says, great. So awesome. Love it. Love it. Thank you all. Thank you. Sarah says, thank you so much. Your generosity is heartwarming. I appreciate it. Listen, you all warm my heart every day, so I try to just reciprocate it. So before we dive into the rhythm, I also said I have I had two announcements. So the first one is, yay, rolling out brand new cool update to the free booklet PDF. Second update is, this is something that I've actually been doing for a while, but it's now something I'm going to do for you all, for the public, as we get into the holiday season. So this is something, again, is totally optional, but I just want to tell you about it. So I just launched on my website. So if you go to my website, matthodgemusic.com, or the link is in the video description below too. Now, not only on my website will you see information about the one-on-one virtual piano lessons you can do with me every week. I do private virtual piano lessons with people from YouTube. You can do one lesson, multiple lessons. And not only that, and not only will you see information about my piano course, the online self-guided piano course called From Basic to Beautiful, where I take you from literally beginner level piano all the way up through confident musical artist. But now I'm going to publicly do something now that's not just for the holidays. I'll be doing it all year, but it's fun to launch it for the holidays. Basically what it is, and you can see more information on the website, it's a custom piano music gift. So what it is you reach out to me or you order it. It can be a video or an audio. You reach out, it's a gift to someone, or it can be a gift to yourself, but most people use it as a gift to someone. So let's say you want to give a Christmas gift to a parent or a sibling. You order it, you tell me your name, you tell me their name, I put their names on the screen, I edit the video, I read your message that you want me to read to them. Do you want me to wish them a happy birthday, a Merry Christmas, something fun or lovely you'd like me to say about them? I kind of give a little 1 to 2 minute spill from the heart in place of you, as a surrogate for you. And then you tell me a song they love, or a favorite song they have, or a song that means something to them. And I improvise and perform as if I'm on stage, like a professional performance of it just for them. So The website is there. If you order the video, that means you actually get a video like this, but you'll see a bunch of examples of what it looks like. It's edited, it's mixed and mastered, it's high quality studio for visual and audio. It's super fun. Or you can order just the audio part of it. I'll still speak your names and speak your heartfelt message and play the song. It just won't be video. So it's really fun, and because it can be hard to figure out, well, what song should I request? Like, there's millions of songs. On the website, I have sort of like a song catalog that I say, here's a bunch of songs that are often requested for me, and you already know if you choose one of those, like, you don't have to get my approval of it. And then if you want to choose a song that's not on one of my lists, you can just email me before you're thinking of ordering and saying, hey, if I ordered and chose this song, do you know this song, or would this song work? And then I'll happily reply and say, yep. Or I don't know, can we choose something else? But most likely I'll probably say yes. But so that's really exciting. So as we get into the holidays, it's a beautiful thing. I love doing it. It's a fun sort of one-of-a-kind special piano music gift to someone. And I promise, because someone asked me this when I used to do this more frequently, I promise, even at, like, let's say 10 of you request the same song, I promise you on my heart that I'm not just using recycled audio. I don't just have a recording pre-canned and I just shove it in. Every single time I play it completely from scratch. I improvise my own rendition of it. It's like the way I play it at that time, I'll probably never play it that way again. It's always live in real time and then edited, mixed, mastered, produced, all that fun stuff. And then it's delivered to you within about a week of an order. And then you get to gift it to someone. So if you want information about that, I'm really excited. This is just launching today, so you're also the first people to find out about it. So after the live session, because hang with me during the live, but after the live, as you also receive your free PDF, updated PDF, go to the website and check that out. If you think it might be a fun, like, holiday gift or Christmas gift or a birthday gift or, thinking of you gift. So just really cool to think about. So that's my 2 big announcements. Okay, let's see. Oh, Don says very creative. Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun. I've done it privately for people a lot, including also people that I love too. But now it's fun to get to kind of make it available to all of you in my YouTube world. So it's really fun. If you have more questions about it after you go through the website, feel free to email me. It's really, really, it's a beautiful way to kind of partner with you to give a lovely message and gift towards someone. Okay, Jim says, Matt, how do you live online? How do you live online videos with students? Would you need laptop, GoPro, or something other? Oh, if you're talking about lessons, for the virtual lessons, you do have to have Zoom because the program I use is Zoom. So you do have to download, well, actually, hold on. No, backtrack. I use Zoom for it. You don't have to have Zoom downloaded. I think Zoom still lets you just use a link to join. I'm not 100% sure on that. You may have to download Zoom. If so, it's free. But that's how we use it. We use Zoom. And then on your screen, look like this. Like, you can still see the light up keys in my hands and video. And then you're on video with me. And then we do a whole lesson. And then what's cool is too, because it's virtual, I also have a program that records every session for me. So once you're done with each lesson, I will send you a link to download the video recording. So you get to relearn from the lesson over and over and over. So it makes it a fantastic deal, because a lot of times in traditional in-person lessons, you have to then leave and try to remember everything that was said or shown. Everything that I play or tell you or show you or whatnot, you will get a recording of it. So you get to relearn from it, which also means we usually get to cover twice as much stuff in one lesson, because you don't have to try to remember the next day. Wait, what was it that Matt said? Wait, what did he show me? What did he want me to do? What did he play? It's all on video and you get it recorded. So that's a great benefit of an online lesson. Great. Yes, Sherry got her lesson last week. Yep. It was beautiful. I love it. Yeah, you can do one lesson. You can do multiple lessons. Totally up to you. So again, on my website, you can get all the information about that. Okay, let's dive into rhythm. That's what you're here for. Thank you for letting me do all of that sort of spill up front. Boom. So I'm going to show you, this is the pages. These are the new pages of my PDF that I've added. So what I'm showing you is the new stuff on the PDF. So let's look at what this is. So this says, Below are a series of piano rhythm exercises that you can try at all levels of beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So then I show you, so let me kind of scroll through and show you what this all looks like before I walk through with it with you. First off, I have instructions. If you're a beginner, here's what your instructions are. If you're an intermediate, here's what your instructions are. If you're advanced, here's what your instructions are. And it builds on itself. So we'll go over more of those in a second. I'm just kind of showing you in general first. Then I have 3 full pages of rhythm patterns to do at the piano with your right and left hand. Now, these aren't necessarily divided by specific genres, but the patterns I chose, and these are not the only, I think there's 15 total. These are not the only patterns you can play on the piano, but these are really common, popular ones that I do all the time, especially in contemporary style. So in pop, in rock, in country, in gospel, in Broadway, almost anything. And the way I do it is, I do it this way. So even if you can't read sheet music, you learn it this way. You learn it from the mathematical counting how it feels way, which is a fantastic way to learn. So, for example, we're going to do, I'm trying to think, there's 1 or 2 ways I can do this. How about we're going to do this? So, for each example, let me go ahead and read the instructions of what, if you're a beginner, do this, intermediate, do this, advanced, do this. Then we're going to go through the 15 examples and I'll show you that in real time. So here's the beginner one. Here's the intermediate way, advanced way. That way we're sort of hitting all 3 as we go. So the instructions say, if you're a beginner level, try each rhythm at a slow tempo. So don't try to go crazy fast, and choose basic chords. So basic major or minor chords. If you already have this PDF, you know that before this. So this new section is at the end. So all the stuff before it has already given you tons of chords and all that great stuff. So all that work's already done for you. So choose basic chords, so major or minor chords. So you're going to choose basic major or minor chords, which the PDF earlier gives you every major or minor chord you could want to play. And to do this at a slow tempo. So it says in your right hand, play the full chord. So let's, for example, say it's going to be C major, right? Let's just start easy. C major. So it says, for each exercise, in the right hand, whatever chord you choose, in the right hand, play the full chord, and then in the left hand, play the chord root note. And the PDF points out on earlier pages that root means the bottom of the chord, or what we call the one number. So that means if I'm playing a C major chord, I would play C in the left hand. And then in the left hand, it says, so for example, a C major chord in right hand and C in the left hand. So just like what we did here. Okay, now you can do that with any chord. So if it was A minor, same thing. If it was G major, F major. So I don't tell you what chords to use. I just say pick different chords. So you could even each day do this and choose different chords so it always feels fresh. Then at the intermediate level, it says for the intermediate level, try each rhythm example at a slow to medium fast tempo. So part of intermediate can be, can you try doing it a little quicker? And choose slightly more complex chords. So here I say major and minor chords with added notes, such as added 2, added 6, 7th chords. So again, in the PDF, on pages before this section, I have charts that show you so many chords of like more complex chords added. So if you have no idea what added 2, added 6, 7th means, in the PDF, I show you all that. So I put in here, if you want intermediate, for the right hand, do the full chord. So let's say it's C major, but now I'm going to add the 2. Or it's a 7 chord, or a major 7, or a 6, whatever. Just like a slightly more complex chord. I think in the PDF I call them a level up chord. And then in the left hand, it says, try the open chord. So you know I'm a big fan of open chord. That's part of my style. So if you've been watching videos, an open chord basically means whatever the chord is, major or minor. In the left hand, you don't play the middle, because we call this a 1-3-5. Instead, you play the bottom note of the chord, the top note of the chord, and then the bottom note again, higher. So I put here a 1-5-8 of the chord. So for example, C, G, C, if it's a C major chord. So you can do it like that. All right. I can also point out at the beginner level, I forgot to say this too. Even when it's just one note, the root note, it can be one note or it can be that note in octaves. either one. Okay, advanced, it says, for advanced level, try each rhythm example at a medium fast to fast tempo. So now we're trying to get even faster. And choose multiple chords per rhythm example. So now try to have 2 chords within one exercise. Can you change it in the middle? Or can you loop it, but now you like switch to a different chord? So I say, for example, a new chord every 2 beats or a new chord on every beat. So it could be right hand plays the full chord, left hand plays the open chord like before, but now you're changing the speed and changing chords in it. So let's look at, make sure I'm scanning this correctly. Beginner, intermediate. Yeah, okay. So let's just do each one at a time. So I tell you how to count each one, each example. So what to count to. So in this one, it says beat count 4. This is very common. This is where we usually start with as a pianist, where you're counting in 4. That's a common beat pattern for music, or like 4 beats per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I do this at the beginner level, remember beginner level said chord in the right hand, left hand, the root note. It can be one note or it can be in octaves. So if I do C major and I do this pattern at the beginner level, it's this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, it said don't go too fast. Then you can try a different chord. So A minor. So you can just try it if you're at a beginner level, keep doing the same pattern, but just try it on different chords. E flat major. C minor. Easy, all right? So beginner level, you can do that, all right? Then intermediate level, if you remember, I said, try to see if you can go a little quicker. And in the left hand, can you add open chords to try open chords to practice that? So like the one, what we call 1-5-8. And can you try having added notes? So for example, if I have a C major, let's make it the add 2. So now this pattern can be. And it's up to you too. You can use pedal or no pedal. So notice in the instructions, I didn't say must use pedal or don't use pedal. It's up to you. It's just a different type of sound, right? Sometimes in pop stuff, I won't hold the pedal. So it's a bit more of like punchy. Or if it's a ballad, I would hold the pedal. And then you can just keep trying this for different ways. So try a different chord. Let's say, I don't know. Let's try E major, but it also said make it a more complex chord too. So in the left hand, let's say I do E open chord, and then the right hand I do, let's make it a major 7th chord. So again, in the PDF, I show you how to play every single one of these chords, the notes on every single chord. So it could be like this. You can turn the chords into inversions if you want. Bunch of different ways. Then advanced, it said you can try it even faster, so speed can make it advanced, and or you can try different chords within one. So for example, maybe every time I loop this, I play a different chord. So let's say I choose E flat and C minor. And I make the E flat the added 2nd and the C minor have a 7th. So it could be. You can try it fast. Or to make it even more advanced, you can try the chord switch sooner. So I said in the instructions, it could also be like every 2 beats the chord changes. So it could be There's so many different ways you can do this. So you can make this as easy beginner level as you want. So let's say you're even at like the most basic beginner level. Like you literally just bought a keyboard 2 hours ago. You can even just do one, if you need to, just one hand at a time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right. You can make this as easy as you want, and you can make it as complex as you want, right? I can do this, but I can have complex chords and open chords in the left hand and cool inversions in the right hand and try to change the chord every 2 beats. And, so it can go from this to like, it can be whatever you want. Make sense? So each example that I'll show you, it's the exact same philosophy. It's just the pattern is different, but it's the exact same philosophy. Does this make sense so far? Let me know in the chats if you're liking this, so we can kind of go on and sort of go through each example. I will say the examples do get a little more, not necessarily harder, but they start off a bit more straightforward like this and then get a bit more interesting. All right, let's see. Oh, Cheryl says, so kind of you, Matt. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love doing the lives. I love sharing the PDF with you. I love it. Jim says, so you need a laptop. Oh, for the lessons. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your follow-up question earlier. You don't have to have a laptop. Some people take lessons with me over their phone. Some people use a tablet if you have like an iPad. Some people use a laptop. Some people use a computer. It's up to you. I do have several clients that just use their phone. You just have to make sure it has a camera and a microphone, so it can't be like an old flip phone. But you can also use a phone. Yeah. Alrighty, right. Makes sense. Great, great. Yes, really enjoying this. Excellent, excellent. All right, let's move on to number 2. Okay, number 2. So, beginner level. I choose a chord. Let's do a different easy chord. Let's do E minor. A basic major or minor chord. E minor, and then I have the root note in the left hand. Either just one note or it can be in octaves. So, beginner level could be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Intermediate, it said, make the left hand do something interesting with the left hand, so like an open chord. And in the right hand, make it a bit more of an interesting complex chord. So add something. So let's say in E minor, I'm going to add the 7. So it can be this. And again, if you want to test speed, slow or fast, and pedal, no pedal, that's also a great way, right? If you do faster with no pedal, it has more of a pop sound. If you do it slower with the pedal, it gives it more of a ballad sound. And then advanced level, it said try changing up the chords. So let's say that I loop it, but every time I loop it, I go to a new chord. And this is a great way too. I have some content coming up either in the next live or in a video coming soon about chord progressions. I'll actually have a series of them because people have asked me a lot of, can you tell me different chord progressions to try? But a hint while you're waiting for that stuff to come out, for those videos, a hint is in the PDF, I also have a big section where I show every key signature that, piano playing can live in. And each key signature is a vertical column. For each column, I then tell you, in this key signature, here are all the chords that are in that key signature. So if you want to try practicing making your own chord progression and picking chords that go well together, even for something like this, choose a column. As long as you pick chords that are within a key signature, it's always going to sound good. Like you can't mess it up because chords that are in the same key signature bode well together. They just have a nice marriage together. So that's one way to do this. When you're wanting to try this and have different chords, use the PDF earlier in the PDF where I show you the different key signatures, choose chords, from there. So at an intermediate or advanced level, you could choose 4 chords. A typical chord progression is often 4 chords. So choose a key. So let's say I choose A flat major, and I find that column, and then I choose 4 chords from A flat major. So 4 chords in that column would be A flat major, D flat major, F minor, and E flat major. Then try these patterns, but loop them. And each time you loop it, go to a new chord. So it could be like this. And you have fun doing it. Yeah? Okay. Chuck says, the inclusive perspective is awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm really enjoying it. And that's another example of, I'm trying to constantly prove to you all that I see myself as a public servant. Like, I don't just come up with what videos do I think would be fun for me, that I'd have fun producing. It's always, what do I think is helpful for you all? And the idea of being inclusive of, well, can you show in each video all levels versus having a video that's just for beginners, a video that's just for advanced. And that came from suggestions from you all, because there was about a week that I got several of those comments, and that kind of hit a light bulb for me. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't divide and conquer. I should put all of you that way. Every video, you have a place to plug yourself into it. So I started that about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago from you all, because you all gave me that light bulb. And now I do it in almost every video. And I agree, it's a much better way. That way I'm not dividing you all. Because I know all of you in my YouTube community, you're at very different levels, like literally from the most beginner to very advanced. But I want you to feel like you have a place at the table constantly. Like, I want you to get value out of every live, whether you're a beginner or advanced, that you get value out of my videos, whatever level you're at. So I really so thank you all for giving me that idea, because now I love it. And now I've adopted that as a big pillar of how I make content for you all. So that's why I say in every video, like, chat with me in the comments. I promise you, I read every single comment that's on videos. I try to reply to each one, but I read them all and I take them in. And when people give me suggestions, I have a huge document that I keep of, oh, yeah, that was a suggestion. Oh, someone said they like that song. And once I start to see patterns, I mean, I can't do every single suggestion that's ever been thrown out there, because there's hundreds and hundreds. But especially if I start to see a pattern, like, oh, 20 people kind of said the same thing. Maybe I should do a video on that. Like, there seems to be a consensus about it. So that's why I'm big on, like, chat with me in the comments. Leave comments in my videos. I love it. One, the YouTube algorithm likes that. So whenever you have a video that you like of mine, if you click like, if you put a comment in the chat section of the video, the YouTube rewards that, and that's sort of how it decides to push videos out. But more than just an algorithm reason, it actually helps me, I swear. Like, I have a document, which is very cool. Even, you may notice too, this past week, I did another experiment on Monday's video, I went back to doing sort of a performance-based video, because I used to do a lot of those, or in my lives, if you remember, if you've been with me from the get-go. And then when I was doing that, I had people say, oh, I love watching you perform, but could you, like, teach me something? So then I switched to that. Well, the last few weeks, I've actually gotten several lovely messages of, Matt, I'm loving your teaching. Would you consider performing something like at the end of a live or video? Because I love to hear you play, or to watch you play, and to kind of see what, professional goal might be. So it's like, oh, maybe I should do both. So I experimented with that. I chose songs that I thought you all would benefit from, that you would like. So if that video does well, which it has so far, then that's another thing I'll keep throwing in. Like, maybe once a week or once every, 4 or 5 videos, I do a performance-based video. So you can see me in action, walk my own talk. So everything I teach you, I'm literally doing myself in my job every day. So I'm always listening to you all. Like, what is it you all want? So great. Sherry says, mission accomplished. Charmaine says, love this approach. Thank you. Alan says, I really love that you are so passionate about reaching people and helping them on their piano journey. Thank you for that. I really have a teacher's heart. I always make the joke that if I won the lottery tomorrow and won $10 million, I would still teach. I love it. I teach in person. I teach virtually. You all know that I teach college. I'm a college professor. I work with all of you. Even when I'm doing gigs, this happened to me last week. At the end of a gig, there was like this talented like 15-year-old that was up on the stage kind of plucking around, and his parents were watching him, and he was kind of just having fun, and he was really good. And I went up to his parents. I was like, he's really good. And they were like, yeah, he's never really had lessons. He just kind of plays by ear. And I was like, can I jump on stage and show him something and have fun with him for 10 minutes? And I jumped on stage and taught him. I said, what's your favorite song? And he told me, and I taught him how to play it. It was so much fun. So I love teaching. I'm a teacher at heart. I always will be. It's why I built the YouTube channel. So thank you all. I appreciate that. Can we use these rhythm patterns for chord charts? They're always confusing on what patterns to play. Yes. So if you're playing chord charts for a specific song, you do kind of have to sound like that song. But in this PDF, I'm giving you 15 different examples. Like I said, they're not every rhythm you can play, but 15 kind of common ones that I bet a song you like is at least sort of similar to one of these patterns, if you can hear it, and then you can just try to adopt. But at least this definitely helps you get kind of a groove. Because you're right, chord charts, even lead sheets, don't give you patterns. They just give you the chord. You have to kind of learn to come up with your own groove of it. That's why I want to give you these exercises to practice and try. And then come up with your own. Like make little charts like I did on this. It took me 10 seconds to draw the chart. And then just fill in different X's and just see what happens, right? I wanted to do it this way so you didn't have to read sheet music in order to dive into rhythm. Excellent, excellent. Sherry says, share? Question mark? Share what? What do you want me to share? I'm an open book. Oh, the money you win. Yes, if I win a huge lottery, I'll spread it out to you all somehow. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Example number 3. All right, so we're still in 4s. They're not all in 4 because that's not the only beat pattern, but 4 is popular. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, beginner level could be, let's choose a chord. Let's say F major. All right, so I have the basic chord and I've got the root note. One note, single note, or in octaves. So it could be. Again, if I slow it down and put pedal with it, it's like a ballad. If I speed it up and don't use pedal, it makes it more poppy. Intermediate, try to have some more interesting chords. Try the open chords. So it could be like. Advanced would be try to change the chords and have interesting chords. All right, especially once you start to try the advanced level and throw in different chords and keep looping it and change the chords, that's when it really starts to feel like you're playing a song or you're creating a song, you're composing. All right, number 4, we're still in 4s. So example number 4, this is kind of like a basic rock one. So let's say E minor. So. If you do it slower, if you do it faster, and then try with the groove and try different chords. All right, have a blast with it. Okay, number 5. Now we have our first one that's not in 4s. So 3 is also a very common one. 3 has the feeling of like a waltz. So someone emailed me, I think it was George, I don't know if George is on here, but asked me a waltz question earlier today. So we don't always call any song that's in 3 a waltz, but a waltz is in 3. So when something's in 3, we often will call it like a waltz feel. So, for example, this one. And then tried at all the different levels, right? So if I wanted to try to make a song out of it and changing the chords and choosing interesting chords. I can go slower. Every single pattern that I'm giving you can sound like just sort of a basic computer rhythm pattern. And you can also make it sound like a real song. Yeah, notice I'm still doing my famous ripple. It's hard to not throw it in there. Let's see, Chuck says, the waltz in the ballroom dancing moves a 3-beat foot pattern. Yeah, yep. So waltz is very famous for having this notion of 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Especially this pattern where 1 is what gets like an emphasis. So that's when you have the bass, the left hand. All right, Sherry says, lovely, thank you so much. All right, our next example is we have another 3-1, okay? So it's almost similar to it, it's just we're gonna add one little thing. So now it's this type of rhythm. Now, if you really wanna do something that sounds waltzy, a common thing is, for this one, you can choose a chord and then not change the chord, but notice how the left hand has, on beat 1 and beat 3, have beat 1 be the 1 note, the root note, have beat 3 be the 5th of the chord, so the top of the chord. So for example, if it's C major chord, the bottom note is C, the top note is G, so the left hand go, so. Then again, make it as advanced as you want. Yeah? All right, moving through these. Next one. Yes, right, number 7. All right, number 7. We have this one, another common one for sort of a waltzy fill. Again, you can do that technique I just told you where you have sort of the 1 and then the 5, 1. Or you can just stay on the same note. Oh, no. Yeah? So let's see. We got Will says, I hear 50s teenage angst. Yes. Yeah. That chord progression. It's all about the 50s. Yep, I talked about that in a recent live and in one of my recent videos, the Doo-wop. That great sound, which actually that sound is gonna, you can do it here in a second with an example I'll show you. Okay, next one. Now we have a few examples that do this. So look at what this is, if you can see your screen. I have, for the beat count, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus. In music, and I even have this written, if you can see, in the small italics, it says, the plus is a subdivision. And it says you can speak it as the word and, meaning say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We do this when we want to start to have notes in between beats, because we don't always just want notes on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. You may want notes off the beat. So when we want that, you can draw it like this on a chart, a plus. And a plus in music, when we're talking with rhythm, we use that to kind of represent the word and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So beginner level for something like this could be, so if I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then if you want more intermediate or advanced level, so and you can go as fast as you want. So. All right, it's sort of a fun kind of rock feel to it. And another one with these divisions, example number 9. So we still have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This one is a very common rock pattern. So it's something like this. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Yeah, it's a really fun rock one. And the next one is also a subdivision 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This one is also, it's very similar to the one before it. This is also another very basic kind of rock pattern, almost like what a drum set would do. Yeah? Now, let me see. All right, we have another subdivision 1. Yes. All right, so we have another subdivision 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this one is super similar to what we had before, so you'd have to look at the difference. So this one is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So like this. Yeah, so when you want to do kind of like that has more of a power driving rhythm, so a lot of rock, blues, upbeat pop, a lot of that stuff when you have that driving sound, subdivisions are going to come into play a lot. It's not that we're always playing stuff on the beat, it's a mixture of on the beat and what we call off the beat, which is the subdivision. So when a drummer is playing like a rock thing, they're playing on and off the beat. So this is a fantastic way to start to practice playing what we call on and off the beat. So if you can feel the tempo or the numbers and then filling notes on them and off them. Yeah. I love like hitting myself on the lives. It's great. Charmaine says, subdivision charts are so helpful. Thank you. You are so welcome. Yes, I hope these are very helpful for you. All right, so here we have another 3-1. Wait, is that similar to... Oh, that's an error. I'll fix that. So this one should be a different type of rhythm. So this is another 3 one, but I think I accidentally copied that from the top one. See, even I can make mistakes. So we're gonna skip that. Scratch that. That one's similar. I'll fix that before I send out the correct one. Okay, so rhythm example number 13. This is where you can get that classic doo-wop group. So someone just talked about Teen Angel, right? So that 1950s doo-wop thing. So this is where we have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is where you get that classic doo-wop sound. All right, so really with these that have longer, they're longer, they have more beats, so they're longer charts, definitely try to have multiple chords. Because if you just keep doing it on the same chord, so. That can get pretty boring quickly, but if you change chords each time, it'll feel like a song. And again, you can do it in different ways. If I speed it up and I don't put the pedal and I make it loud, if it's loud, fast, without pedal, it has kind of a rock sound to it. If I do it softer, a little slower, put the pedal down, it can have more of like a beautiful pop ballad version to it. And try it in different octaves. Yeah, so whatever style of music you like, a lot of these too, once you work your way up to advanced level where you feel confident playing the hands together, this is great for hand coordination, playing the correct rhythm, choosing multiple chords that like choose 3 or 4 chords from the same key, and then try it. You can then learn how to adapt this rhythm and fiddle around with it with, okay, if I use the pedal or don't use the pedal, if I play it soft or loud, if I play it fast or slow, if I play it up here versus down here, you can start to make these things sound like whatever genre you want, right? So I can make that sound like 1950s rock. I can make it sound like a pop ballad. I can make it sound blues. Like, you can make it sound however you want if you're smart about how you choose the chords and how you work your way up to it. So that's sort of your goal, and that can be a nice challenge, even if you're kind of at a beginner level. See if you can work yourself up to these different patterns at the more advanced level, because then it'll feel like not only that you're playing real music, but then you can start to adapt it to the style you like. Because I know all of you have very different styles of music that you like, which is fun. So how can you make it sound rock? How can you make it sound blues? How can you choose different chords, right? We've talked a lot in this channel about, like, if you want a blues sound, you do 7th chords. If you want a jazz sound, you do major 7 chords. If you want a nice pop ballad pretty sound, you do the added 2 notes. If you want rock sound, do a lot of the open chords. There are different ways to go about it. Okay. Next one. We're still in 6, so we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now, yeah. So now it's slightly different. So now it's like. You like how I dance when I do it? Feel like Ariel, the Little Mermaid, trying to swim on a rock. But again, super fun. You can turn it into a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you can have a blast with this. Even if you chose like 2 a day to dive into for 10, 15 minutes, you can have a lot of fun with it. Yes. Don says, Matt, you do a great job of demystifying some of the concepts that always feel so complicated to me. Oh, thank you so much. I try really hard. I know a lot of stuff can feel confusing. I'm the first to admit, in the music world, we often have fancy words that are confusing, or symbols, or just we kind of make it harder on ourselves. So a lot of times, like in my one-on-one piano lessons that I give, someone will think they don't know something, like they'll feel dumb about something, but then I'll say, well, actually that word just means that, or that symbol means that. And half the time I'll get oh, it's like you know what it is. It's just we word it oddly in music, especially if you're used to sheet music. We have weird words and symbols we use. And of course, how are you supposed to know what they mean unless someone tells you? So that's why in my YouTube videos and in this PDF document and the way I teach, I really like to try to make it as accessible as possible. Now, that doesn't mean I don't love going down deep advanced rabbit holes. So when I have students, for example, some of you that I do virtual lessons with are at a really high advanced level, like really, really high, which is great. We dive hardcore into that. I am all about super advanced music theory and super crazy cool pro level stuff on the piano. But I don't like focusing on that too much on the YouTube videos and the lives, because I feel like that alienates a lot of you, because only there's a lot more of you at the more beginner or intermediate early advanced level than there are the super high advanced. And I don't want to make a video that then instantly makes you feel dumb, or I can't believe you don't know that, or it just feels overwhelming. So that's why my content that I make for YouTube publicly is a bit more accessible, and hopefully I explain stuff well. I try to always explain it as if like, what if I had never heard this before and someone had to explain it to me? How do you talk just like a real person? Like, just say it like a normal person, Matt. Don't word it in the weird Latin words that we use in music. Just talk to me like a human, right? I always try to approach it that way. And then if someone is ready to dive hardcore into advanced stuff, because that's harder to throw in, that's harder to do well in just like a 9-minute YouTube video, then I'm happy to do that. So happy to do that with lessons. I also do lessons with people that are brand new, and we're literally working on, this is what this note is on piano. I love it. I don't judge. I don't care how old you are or what level you're at. I love working with you. And that's really fun for me, like on any given day, to have both levels. So I love helping people at all levels. Okay, let's keep going. The last one, right? This is the last one. Yep. Okay, another 6-1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very similar to what we've had before. So again, with each one, you just kind of have to double check, okay, what are the X's doing? So this one, it could be. And then you just try it a bunch of different ways. Yeah, you have a blast. So see these as like skeletons, right? It is up to you, whatever level you're at, to how to use it. It's just a tool. And each chart is hopefully straightforward enough, basic enough that you can count it, even if you can't read sheet music. But you can easily do every single one at a very, very beginner, simple way, at an intermediate way, at a semi-advanced way, at an advanced way, at a really advanced way. And then if you really, really want to go advanced, then the goal would be take a rhythm and then now use it more as a general suggestion, but then fill it in, right? So if in general, I'm supposed to do stuff like this, like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Then if we're going really advanced, then how can you have that groove, but you start to play a bunch more stuff, but you still feel that groove with you play? Or you just bought a piano 5 minutes ago and you just go. Both are equally valuable. So that's always my 2 cents. I don't like when people look down on themselves because they're at a beginner level and they think that means they're less than. Trust me, I have just as much fun working with you as I do someone who's super advanced. I want you to know you have just as much value as a musician. You are a musician, all right? Even doing this, you're still a musician. And keep challenging yourself. You notice in my YouTube videos a lot, how much do I harp on, those of you that have been with me for a while, of no matter what you do, you can still sound like a computer or you can sound like a human being, right? Even doing this on C major at a beginner level, a computer would go. Make it human. Try to make it beautiful. Don't be a computer, be a human. And you can be a human musician from the very first day you sit and have a finger hit a key. You are a piano player. I don't like when people think, well, I have to study hard to become a piano player, or I don't consider myself a piano player until I'm able to play X, Y, and Z. If your fingers are hitting the piano and you are trying your darndest to not sound like a computer, you, my friend, are a piano player. You just are. And you are a musical artist and you have value. And what you're playing has value. And I always want you to take that in and hear that from me. Because if you don't hear it from me, who's going to tell it to you? All right? Because I don't think a lot of you are good at telling yourself that. I don't think you look in the mirror and give yourself enough credit. That's my 2 cents. Okay, let's look here at the comments here. Thank you all so much walking through all of that with me. Let's see. Do you have a simple explanation for the difference in sound between a 3/4 and a 6/8? Oh, great question. It's kind of both sides. In general, yes, they do sound the same, right? So I could play something that feels like. And it could be a little hard to tell. Is that in 3 or 6? Is that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? It's kind of a style choice. It depends on how each beat is emphasized. So for example, if it's in 6, you're emphasizing 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's in 3, you're emphasizing 1. 1 normally should always have even the most emphasis. So if you're really trying to fill it in 6, you can try to emphasize the 1 even more. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. It's giving 1 just even an extra bump. That's a great way to practice. I want this to sound like it's in 6 and not in 3. And in real songs, a lot of times too, it'll feel like the chord change will help you, right? So if I'm changing chords every 3 beats, it might feel like it's in 3. If I'm changing chords every 6 beats, so that's one way to kind of do it. But great question. It can be easy to kind of, the feeling of them can feel very similar. Gina, I would love to see more about playing these rhythms along with melodies. Yeah, and so a great way to try that when you feel like you're at the point of trying to challenge yourself is also then come up with melodies. So I've had YouTube videos where I talk about how you start to come up with melodies. A great way, a fast crash course in that is, just like how I said, here's the column for each key signature. Choose chords, so choose 4 chords from that column and they'll sound good together. Also, that's how you find melodies because each key signature is a scale. And in the PDF, I show you every note of a scale. As long as you just come up and improvise melody notes and they're all in that scale, it's going to sound good. So if you really want to start to try to improvise and feel like you're playing a real song, this is a great way to try it. Choose a key signature, write out the 4 chords from the column you're going to try, and then write out the notes of the melody. So for example, if I'm in E major, and I see in my PDF, oh, my notes I'm working with are E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, then E again. Then how can I play those 4 chords that I just chose? So let's say I chose E major, C sharp minor, A major, B major. Then how can I play notes from the melody and start to come up with melodies? Because if the chords and the melody are living in that column, it's going to sound good. And whatever the pattern is, then try to fit that into the pattern, right? So if I'm doing, for example, this one, and the pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, how can I try to craft chords and melodies and improvise, but it still has that feeling of it? Yeah, so there's endless ways to practice piano. That's why when people, and a lot of times new clients will come to me, and I'll hear a lot of the same stories of, I tried piano lessons, I took them for 2 months, I got bored out of my mind, my teacher was mean, or my teacher forced me to play classical music, and I swear I sit and practice every day, but I'm just so bored and feel like I'm not going anywhere. And then we'll dive into, well, when you say you're practicing, what does that mean? What are you doing each day? And then it looks like that they're just kind of playing boring rote stuff over and over, and they're just going. Like they're just playing scales and chords over and over, which isn't bad. It's good to learn those, but they're never trying to learn it. Because then when I'll say, oh, you can play scales, and then I'll start to ask them questions about scales, they'll say, oh, I know the F major scale. Great, what's the 5th note of an F major scale? And they have no idea. So then it's like, so you don't really know the scale. You memorized white and black keys, which makes it less valuable and probably more boring for you. Or you're just constantly practicing random chords. Doing this, what I call deep learning. That's why every YouTube video that I make when I'm teaching something, every lesson I give, the way I build my course, the way I create my lives, we always went deep learning. If you are doing it correctly and being guided by someone that has a bird's eye view of what you're doing, you should be quote unquote practicing, which I don't even really love that word, because to me that feels like homework. All right, I got to go do my homework now. I got to eat my vegetables, right? Instead, it's you are trying music each day and you're growing. And if you are practicing things like this and you're constantly trying to challenge yourself with, how do I combine chords and key signatures and rhythm and melodies and in a cool way and in a fun way, not only are you doing way more critical thinking, so your brain is learning more, it's also more fun. It feels like you're making real music, and it forces you to really kind of be on top of your toes. And if you do that even just 15 minutes every day, you will skyrocket in your progress versus every day for 3 hours, you are just running a basic scale up and down and not even really knowing what you're doing, or just playing basic chords, but you're not trying to do something with them. So that's why my PDF, even in the original version, I still had that chunk that says, here is all the keys. Here's why key signatures matter, because all of your favorite songs live in key signatures. We get melodies and chords from key signatures. And then you apply it to rhythm, and then instantly, boom, you have a song. So if you have a song you love, it's because you love the sound of the melody. You love those chords. You love the order that those chords are in. You like that rhythm. And then once you start to learn how to process that and try to figure that out on your own or with someone, then you really start to understand, oh, all of these ingredients I'm learning, this is how I should quote unquote practice them and put them together. And then you feel like you're creating beautiful music. And that's part of my job too, to find a way. I call it, I'm wrapping vegetables in chocolate, right? It's like, yes, I want you to learn music theory, but there's a super boring way for you to practice music theory, or there's a way for me to teach you an activity to learn a music theory concept, but to you, it feels a lot more fun and engaging. And so then hopefully you enjoy going to your piano every day and doing it, not I have to go to my piano and practice this. So that's sort of my 2 cents. Oh, thank you, Gina, for becoming a member. Yes, I forgot to mention that as well. Several of you are members already. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, you can click join, the join button below. It's a cheap way to help support the channel. I promise every single penny goes to helping to produce this. I wish it was free to make YouTube videos and do all the setup and everything I do. It's not. So it really, really helps. But I pay you back more so in a lot of free lead sheets that you get, and members get access. Every month I upload several members only videos where I break down popular songs. I give you downloadable lead sheets. I have 3 different tiers. Some people have emailed me and asked me, like, what's the difference between the tiers? So technically I have 3 tiers. I think they're called bronze, silver, and gold. In general, they all give you access to the members only videos, which is what the main gift right now is. In the near future, I am going to come up with more ideas of how to differentiate them, or like if you're a gold member, for example, to give you an even extra fun treat. So maybe like there's a members only video that's just for you, or I find out like your favorite songs and I do a video of just a concert for you all or something. So as we grow the membership, I will find ways for people at the different levels like silver or gold to give you even extra perks because you're at a higher level, which is beautiful. But bronze is also very much appreciated. And for now, you're going to get access to the members only videos and all the downloadable lead sheets. So it's only a few bucks a month, but I'm giving you, I mean, probably like $50 a month in free lead sheets, plus fun breakdown videos. So you will always have, if you're a member, if you watch my free YouTube videos, plus you join as a member and you have those, and usually I upload at least 1 member video every week, sometimes 2, then you have a whole world to conquer with piano. And in those, they're based on real songs. So a lot of times my YouTube videos are showing more a tactic or a technique, and then go to the members only videos, and now let's apply it to a popular song. So thank you, Gina, so much for becoming a member. Really, really appreciate that. So let me know if you all have any questions, last minute questions in the chat. Again, let me just sort of do the shameless plugs, but it's part of my business. If you go to my website, Matt Hodge Music, now there's 3 different ways to interact with me. So there's the virtual piano lessons, where again, you can book 1 lesson, you can book multiple lessons. I do give a discount if you book a bulk of lessons. If you do 4 at a time, you can do 1 lesson a week, once a month, totally up to you. Every lesson is about an hour long. It's live with me, and you get a video download recording of every single session, which is wonderful that you get to keep forever. So there's that way to interact with me. I don't care how old you are or what your experience level is. If you want lessons, I'd love to. I have students that are at beginner level to semi-pro level. I have students that are in their 20s or high teens, and I have students that are up into late 80s, early 90s. Like, I run the gauntlet. All right, so I love doing lessons. And then also have my course, my Basic to Beautiful course. And I still keep getting asked questions about the course to clarify. So let me just say really fast too. So it's called Basic to Beautiful, meaning because it starts you at the beginner level. So I get a lot of, well, what if I'm not at the beginner level? What if I'm already at like intermediate level or even kind of advanced? Will I still get any value from the course? And I still say yes for a couple of reasons. It is one big journey. So the course starts you at the very beginner level. So it's great. So literally, if you have no idea how to play piano, like module 1 starts you that way. Now, if you already past beginner level, then yeah, the first couple of modules will probably not be for you. Like, you already know it. But then it does journey into intermediate territory and advanced territory. And especially you can turn it into advanced stuff. So there's that. Plus, the course also gives you access to my full library of lead sheets, which I'm constantly adding to each month. So I think now there's over 50 that you get. So you get like hundreds of dollars basically worth of lead sheets just from the course, part of it for free. And you get also, if you are interested in doing a lesson with me, you also at the end of the course get a special coupon to get a big discount on a lesson with me. So a lot of people are having fun with like, they'll do the course and then they'll do a lesson with me after the course, which is fun because then whatever kind of you learned from it, and that's a jumping off point, then we dive into it. Plus, I always point out too, the course, I purposely made it 7-day totally risk-free if you want to try it. So if you're not sure, if you're like, I don't know, like I'm sort of interested in the course, but I don't know if it's the right fit for me, order the course, and then you have 7 days to try it without, and still be eligible for a full refund. So try it. And then if it's not, if you go through this course and scan it and see like, oh wait, I'm already like, even if you go to the last module and it's still, you're already at that level, then great. Just email me and say, hey Matt, I thought the course would be a right fit for me, but it's not, can I get a refund? And I'm gonna say, sure. Like you get a full refund if it's within 7 days of your order. So it's also risk-free. But I will say I've had several, probably like 10 people email me just in the last few days that have said, I'm so glad I started the course. I thought it might not be a good fit for where I'm at, but I'm so glad I did, because once I got into it, I did realize, especially the last half, if you're past beginner level, the last half still dives a lot into stuff. So I've gotten several lovely messages about that. So I say go for it if you're interested in it. It's online, it's self-guided, and you get tons of value from it. So that's sort of my 2 cents about the course. And then my brand new excitement thing of the gifts. So as we get into the holiday season, if you have a gift you would love to gift to someone, you'll go to the website, matthodgemusic.com. You'll see the section for it, and you'll see a bunch of examples. So it's kind of weird to explain, but you'll see exactly what it looks like. I show you examples of how I've done it, what the video looks like, what audio looks like, and then sort of what the process is. Okay, so email me if you have any questions about that as you go through it, but it's super fun. I love doing it. It's a really fun, one-of-a-kind, unique gift to give to someone. So hopefully, you might like that as a fun Christmas gift for someone. So I think that's all the plugs, and then of course the channel membership. Again, if you click join below, you'll get instant access to all the members only videos. And the way you find it is members videos are different. So once you join, if you go to my channel, you'll see different tabs. It will say like home, video, community, blah, blah, post, or blah, blah, blah. There's a tab that says members. And then when you click members, it'll show you the videos. Plus once a week when I send out a new members only video that just got published, and I send that out to my email subscribers, I usually give a link to the playlist. So if you're a member, that's a great thing to do, is save that link, because anytime I upload a new members only video, it just gets added to the playlist. So you don't have to go searching for it each time too. So that's a great way to do it. And then each members only video, in the video description, the lead sheet that I'm showing you how to learn, I have a link to directly download it. So that's how you get the free downloads. Great. Oh, thank you, Pat. Thank you for joining as well. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all so much. It's so beautiful. I think we're up to almost 70 members at this point, which is phenomenal. Again, I love it. I love making the members only videos. I know it's not meant for thousands and thousands of people, but I still love it. Like, it's still so much fun. And the members videos will always be there. So it's not that each month you only get certain videos. Like, they're just always there. We're just adding to it. So right now, I think there's 8 or 9 up there. So if I add, 1 or 2 every week, or hopefully, or 2 every other week or whatever, by the end of the month, I will have added several, like anywhere from 4 to 8 new videos, plus the whole library of stuff ahead of time. And you'll see, I'm also trying to be a lot of fun variety. So sometimes it's pop songs, sometimes it's songs from movies, sometimes it's Broadway stuff. Some of it is religious stuff. In November and December, I'll have holiday stuff. So it's kind of, it runs the gauntlet. It's always sort of fun. You kind of never know what song is. It almost seems random. And I never tell you all what's getting released for members until it launches, and then I email you. So it's always sort of random. Like, it's a fun guessing game. What song is Matt going to upload next for members? Is it going to be a jazz song? Is it going to be a pop song? Is it going to be a hymn? Is it going to be a Christmas song? Is it going to be a Broadway show tune? Is it going to be a country song? Like what's coming down the pipeline? It's always fun. So, oh my gosh, you all, I so love you all. Thank you so much. Lola, how much are the lessons? Great question. I'm running a deal right now. So if you go to the, in the video description below, I have a link to the website, matthodgemusic.com. And then you'll see where you can click to see information about the lessons. And I show you what they are, because there's different price points depending on if you want one lesson, if you do a bulk. So go to that website and you'll be able to see what the lessons are and what they cost, because there's different, you get different tiers. And then, like I said, each lesson is about an hour long and you get the video downloads for them. Great. Dan says, once again, a great live lesson. Thank you. As always, I learned new techniques tonight. Thank you for the work you put into these sessions. You're so welcome. It's so much fun to do these. It's important for me to take time out of my schedule to do these. I will say too, which I'm sure is also like most of you, obviously we're getting to the holiday season. So there will be some Tuesdays coming up in November or December where I might not be able to do a live because I may be doing a holiday gig or with family or whatnot. You know, I'll always let you know in advance. So for example, next Tuesday, am I doing one next Tuesday? Yes, we will have one next Tuesday. Yes. I have no idea what it will be yet though. So stay tuned. Dan says, I would like to learn how a song is transposed from one key to another key. That's interesting that you say that. I actually have a video. Probably it'll be one that I record for next week, but that's actually a topic too. I keep a list too of like what's next. Like here are the next 5 videos I'm definitely doing, and that's actually one of them. So stay tuned for that. Great question. That's coming soon. Gina, another great live session. Thank you. That's why I decided to join. Thank you. Thank you for all your efforts in putting this together. You're so welcome. Hearts back to you too. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Charles, Matt, you made my day. You're an awesome teacher. Can't wait to get started. Thank you so much. I tell my students, even like the ones I teach live, I have like 150 or 120 students at the college I'm teaching at this semester too. I'm just teaching 24/7, but I always tell them like, I want your time with me to be your favorite part of the day. I mean, maybe besides spending time with your family and friends. Whatever. But the notion of I want it to be fun. And piano should always be rewarding. Even if you're trying something hard and serious, it shouldn't be boring. It should never be boring. If you're just bored at the piano, that means you're not going to stick with it. And you probably want to play piano because you love music. So everything we do should always remind you why you love music, because that's always the goal. And that's always how I try to approach teaching. Anything I show you, any random technique or trick I show you in YouTube videos, I want you to see that I love this and I use this and I have a passion for this. And why would we use this? Because look at what it does to the music when you play like that. It's not just homework to learn out of a textbook. It's real life application to keep reminding you that music can be beautiful and you can make beautiful music no matter what level you're at. Great. Joe, another great video, very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's tidy together. That's a fun channel name. It says, perfect. I'm ordering the course after this live. Oh, thank you so much. I really think you'll like it. Truly, I've had so many heartwarming messages from it. I spent a lot of time on it, and it's like 5.5 hours of content, but it's also just not a bunch of random videos, because that's what can be hard about YouTube, is YouTube can be kind of an endless abyss of just random videos, which can be overwhelming. So the course, every video in the course I've recorded for the course. So it's not just my YouTube videos thrown in there. Everything is recorded just for the course. It's all in order. It's divided into modules. It's like 60 something videos divided into 12 or 13 modules, 5.5 hours of content, and they build on themselves. Plus, you get lead sheets. I show you how to play lead sheets. I show you how to start to try to compose music. I show you introductions to different genres and styles. So much stuff is in there. So I spent a lot of time building blocks. That's why too, whatever level you're at, you kind of can just start to plug in. So it's not, like if you can start level module 2 if you're already too advanced for module 1, but it builds on itself. So it's easy to plug in wherever you're at. You can start at module 4 if you can already do 1 through 3 or whatever. And it's kind of easy to tell with each module what's covered. So you can kind of scan it and tell quickly, do I already know this? If you're not sure, I recommend go ahead and just watch it once. Watch the module once, and then you can decide if I already know it. But it might be worth it to still watch it just because I may word something in a specific way or explain something that you may already know, but I explained it in a different way. That might help you unlock something else with it, which is nice. Charmaine, you're so generous. Thanks, Matt. Thank you. That means the world to me. Thank you. Don, thanks, Matt, for a great lesson. Thank you so much, Don. I love it. Tim says, when the treble clef shows B flat, how do you know the key F major or D minor both have only one flat, the B flat? Oh, great question. So with key signatures, so my PDF, I show key signatures too. If it's only showing one flat, that means it's the key of F major. Even though there are other key signatures that may have a B flat in it, but it'll say that. So if you see just one flat, just B flat by itself, that means you are in the key of F major. But multiple chords can be in multiple key signatures. So like a D minor chord can be in an F major key signature, and it can be in a B flat minor key signature, and it can be in a C major key signature. Like, it's not that one chord lives in one key signature. It's just that one chord can live in multiple key signatures. Jim, I can tell you have a feel for the music you play. Thank you so much. I try really hard. I try to put a lot of passion into anything I play, no matter what I do. Same thing with the gifts. That's why it's important for me to, like, when you order a song as the gift for someone, I'm not just using a pre-recording, even if it's a song I've played a million times, even if I have already a great recording of myself playing it. We're not going to do that because that'd be kind of selling out and kind of ripping you all off. Every time I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it with passion. I'm going to play it as if it's the first and last time I ever get to play that song. You will always, anytime I sit and play a song for anything, for a class, for you all, for a live, for a video, for a lesson, for a gift video, for like anything, I'm always going to play it as if like it has to be the best way I've ever done it. I never just play anything on autopilot. It always has to come from the heart, and it always should feel like it's the first time I'm playing it. Because then I love that you're discovering music, and that's what part of the course teaches. And a lot of what I teach in my YouTube. How do you discover music as it goes? Because you're in the driver's seat. I'm teaching you techniques to give you freedom from just sheet music, from just treble and bass clef, and it tells you exactly how to play it. Because that insinuates there's a right and a wrong way to play songs. I want you to feel freedom. That's why I use lead sheets a lot. Lead sheets give you just enough structure to play in, but you get lots of freedom. So you get to still discover the song. So I love every time I sit and play a song, I want it to feel like it's the first time I've played that song and I'm discovering the song as it goes. That makes it exciting for me to play. Hopefully it makes it beautiful for you all to hear or the audience to hear. And so it's never boring, never stale. So I will never play a song the exact same way 2 times in a row. Never. And that's what I want you all to do too. Let's see. Lola, what do the students need to do online lessons? All you need is a piano or a keyboard. That's all you need. In terms of technology, you don't need Zoom because it's all self-guided. So you just need internet. When you sign up for the course, then it's hosted on my website. So it's not like a ton of videos you download. It's all hosted on my website. So once you sign up, then it lets you log into it. You do have to log in. So you want to make sure you remember your login account. If that ever happens where you forget, like I have access to that. Someone last week forgot what their login password was, so I was able to look it up for them. So email me if you have questions about, or if that ever happens to you. But it's housed in the website. So as long as you have internet and then you got your piano, that's all you need. For the live lessons, that is through Zoom. So that you have to have a device, a phone, or a computer, or a tablet, a laptop that has a camera, that has a microphone. So there's that. The course, you just need the internet and just the ability to log into it each time. So you may just want to like write down your login. It's usually your email, and then you come up with a password. And then if you ever forget it, just reach out to me. Or if you want to change it, if you need to change it, like you want to change your password, just I can help you with that too. Let's see. Lola, besides the piano. Yeah. Charmaine, Lola, do you have an iPad? Yeah. So yes, so it's a device that has internet and that you log into. It is very video based. It's a bunch of videos. So I would recommend going through the courses if you can on something bigger like a computer or a tablet or something. I assume you can do it on your phone, just maybe kind of smaller. But yeah, you just need a device with internet because you just log into the website, and the website keeps track, so it tells you like your advancement level, how far along you are. And also a lot of the modules I built little quizzes at the end to kind of also help you see how much did you learn? Did you learn what I want you to learn from it? Can you answer questions? It's not like I graded or you can't go on through the course if you flunk it, but it's another great way to just kind of assess your knowledge. But all of it is built into the website. Okay, I've held you hostage long enough. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for an hour and a half. Every single Tuesday, I tell myself, maybe this one will be shorter. Maybe no one will show up and it'll just be 10 minutes long. I literally tell myself that every time because I just assume you all have lives and you're not going to show up. So I appreciate you all showing up so much. I know people that watch the replay. I love you all. I get lots of emails every week from people reminding me that, hey, I love your stuff. I can't make the live because it's the middle of the night for me because I'm in a different country, different time zone, but I'll watch the replay later. But thank you all so much that are here with me during the live, if it's in a time zone that works for you, because it really, really helps. If no one showed up, it'd probably be a 10-minute live. So I really appreciate you all hanging out with me. It's truly one of my favorite parts of the week. I genuinely look forward to it. I feel like I'm meeting my friends over cocoa as we discuss the beautiful parts of piano. Sherry says, bye guys, good day to all. Yes, thank you all. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight now. Email me if you have any questions. And if you're interested in all that stuff, go to my website, click join below if you're interested in getting instant access to all the members only videos. And then go to the website if you're interested in piano lessons or the piano course or the new exciting piano gifts that I'm giving people on your behalf. So let me know if you have any questions about that. I will have another YouTube video posting tomorrow. I posted one yesterday. I'll have another one tomorrow, and I think one Friday. I'm trying to get in the habit of I have the open videos for anyone on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then a members video will be coming your way, a new song, probably Thursday or Saturday, one of those two. So a lot to look forward to. I appreciate it. And I'll fix that error that I discovered in the PDF, and then I will email out to everyone this new updated PDF if you're on my email subscriber list. Okay? So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. You all have my heart. You have my love. And I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed week. All right? Thank you all so much. Bye.